is your brain that decides what is normal for you. So when you're manifesting money and you're trying the manifestation techniques, your brain doesn't care. It has a baseline. Your brain has a short window of time when the baseline can be changed. There is a 5-minute trick that you can use during that small window of time so that a $20,000 a month is not a once in a while thing for you. Is your new normal, the new expectation. And I'm going to teach you the 5-minute trick right now. My name is Giselle Baumet. I have a background in applied neuroscience at the master's level, and I get to work with brilliant women entrepreneurs as I help them to open up to abundance by removing the blocks that have been preventing it. Okay, let's be honest, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a woman entrepreneur. And I know you well because that's who I work with. You've already tried working hard. Most ambitious women already have. You build more offers. You've tried to launch bigger. You have put in extra hours for this. And yeah, sometimes it works. Not gonna say it doesn't. Sometimes it works. You've had that spike before. You probably even had a record-breaking month. But then it doesn't hold. It lacks consistency. Let me know if I'm right. And my love, it's not because you failed at anything. It is really just because your brain is wired for the familiar. Its only job is to keep you safe in where it feels familiar, in where it feels normal. Think about it like this, a thermostat. My thermostat right now is set to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And I could right now blast a whole bunch of hot air. I can open the window and just blast a whole bunch of hot air right now. And it will get hot, right? I'll feel the heat. My thermostat is set to 70. So it's going to bring it back down again to 70. That's my baseline. It works the same way for your baseline with money. If I wanted to keep my home at that level of heat when that hot air blasted in, I would have to change my thermostat baseline. I would have to set it to a higher number. Same thing. We're about to do the same thing for your brain. Listen, I love the fact that I have manifested an amazing life of freedom. Based on my personal life, having experienced scarcity, poverty, coming from nothing to building this life of freedom, this life of wealth, financial security. I wasn't supposed to be living this life based on my storyline. I rewrote all of that. I rewired all of that. I imprinted a new version of myself. And I used neuroscience because as much as I love manifestation, which I do, we're manifesting all the time, I had to work with my brain and my nervous system. Otherwise, the manifestation techniques did not stick. And I know that if you're here, you have experienced the same. So how do you reset the baseline? You cannot, unfortunately, just affirmation your way into it. You won't be able to just say over and over again, I receive $20,000 every single month. Unfortunately, while affirmations do have their place and they're part of the change, they're not the only thing that you're going to do to be able to reset it. Remember, is a short window that we're working with. That short window is created when your brain experiences a prediction error. That's when something happens that you did not expect. When a client paid you faster than you thought was possible. That's a prediction error. When you raised your prices and 5 customers purchased immediately, but you had been afraid that they might not. They did. That's a prediction error. In those moments, your brain lights up because in those moments, chemicals like acetylcholine and dopamine, they surge. And your nervous system says, do I need to change anything right now? Does anything need to change right now? That's the window. That's the recalibration window. And most people miss it. It's only open for a few minutes. That's your opportunity to recalibrate and change the baseline. Now, what you probably have done in the past is celebrated. You've gotten excited, and that's wonderful, but it didn't change the baseline because most likely after you celebrated it, you moved on. So it reset back to the old baseline. You may have even said during that window, I am someone who makes $20,000 a month. And you got really close to resetting it, but not all the way. So here's what we're gonna do to reset it. Listen closely, take notes. You're going to do this as soon as possible. Now, you can definitely, and I highly encourage that you do this when you do experience a win. But you don't have to wait for one in order to change the baseline. I want you to bring into your mind the memory of a past win. I want you to be very specific with this. This has to be specific. We're looking for a memory that felt like a surprise to you. So not one that you expected, okay? One that surprised you. Maybe it was that you had your highest income month and you did not expect it. That would be perfect. But it could also be that you got 5 new clients in a month and you did not expect that. It could also be that you got a payment out of nowhere, like you did not expect it, and it does not matter where it came from, but you didn't expect the payment. Okay, that would be a good one. Get creative, go back into your memories and find the times when you got a money win that you did not expect. Now, we're going to take that memory and we're going to imprint an identity to it. In my private mastermind, where I work with brilliant women leaders, women entrepreneurs, we work closely to create an identity that feels safe in their nervous system and emotionally true to them. For this case, I want you to think about an identity for your next level. If you have a baseline of about $10-ish thousand, how about a new identity that is, I now receive $20,000 every single month. And it happens with ease. Claim your identity. Now, if you're at $5,000 months, play with the number. Maybe your next level is $10,000 months. If you're already at $20,000 months and you're wanting to change your baseline, then change the number to $30,000 months, maybe even $25,000 months. It just needs to feel safe to your nervous system without resistance and emotionally true to you. So, quick recap. You recall the memory, be really specific, recall what that felt like and feel that emotion. Give it a new identity. So tag a new identity to yourself. Now, we do not stop there. Please do not stop there. We need to code it as well to your body, your nervous system. So for the rest of the minutes in that 5-minute period of time, you are going to Breathe slowly in from your nose, out from your nose, not your mouth. In and out from your nose to tell your body, I am safe and secure. Slowly breathing for those 5 minutes. You're going to start gently, slowly swaying, like I am, just very slow as you're breathing to activate your vagus nerve. I'm safe and secure. We're bringing that new baseline into your nervous system as safety. And you will do that for the full 5 minutes. Okay? You'll recall the memory. You'll feel it. Tag an identity. Sway, slowly breathing. Do not skip that step. You have now optimized that window of opportunity to recalibrate your baseline. Okay, let's talk about what happens over time when you do this 5-minute trick consistently, daily. Now it sets a new normal. This is who I am now. It's a new normal. It doesn't even become a surprise anymore. It just is. That's when you get that consistency. And then you recalibrate for your next level. For me, when I wanted to become a top 5% earner in the US, that was like a big thing. That was such a surprise. That was so like, And when I used techniques just like this, when I realized that I am the energy of money, literally every part of my body, every part of my nervous system, every part of my spirit is the energy of money, and I used recalibration techniques, I changed my baseline one step at a time. Now, yeah, I am a top 5% earner. That's not a big deal to me anymore. In fact, I'm on my way to becoming a 1% earner, top 1%. And right now, by the way, that's still not a big deal to me. Of course, I am money. I'm the energy of money. Of course, that is happening in my life. I recalibrated my baseline one step at a time. And you can too, because you are majestic. You're so much more powerful than you realize. But I cannot wait for you to realize it.